Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's been a while since I've done a video. I do apologize for that. It seems like the last 2, 3, 4 videos I've made, I've said that at the beginning, but hopefully for the next video that I do, I won't have to say that, which hopefully it won't be, a week or two between now and my next video. So this time out, I've got a movie review for you, and it's a gem, to put it mildly. It's 1984's Monster Dog, which stars Alice Cooper, yes, the Alice Cooper, and Victoria Vera, a Spanish actress who is extremely hot even today, and this movie was made in 1984. It tells the story of a rock star, played by Alice Cooper, surprise, surprise, and his name is Vincent Raven, or Vince Raven, and he's going back to his old hometown or old home house, whatever you want to call it. It's sort of a bizarre location. It's this house out in the middle of nowhere. And he is going there with his girlfriend slash video director and a crew to work on a rock video. Now remember, this is in the 1980s. When he gets there, he finds that the housekeeper, Joss, is missing. He's also approached by the local sheriff to warn him of a recent spate of dog attacks. Wild dogs are attacking and killing people in the area, and so the sheriff warns him of this. And very quickly thereafter, the sheriff and the deputy are killed by the dogs. But it takes Vince and his gang of videographers to figure out what's going on, and things get really, really strange. The story is very bizarre. It's interesting. It's not told very well, but it's an interesting story. The movie itself is a USA-Italian co-production. It was directed by, let me get this guy's name right, Claudio Fragasso. And if that name sounds remotely familiar to you, you're probably familiar with the movie Troll 2, which, of course, is the subject of the documentary The Best Worst Movie. It is considered by many to be one of the worst movies ever made. The movie is not as big of a turkey as you might think it would be, being that it was directed by the guy that did Troll 2, and the fact that it's this really low-budget production. If the poster art doesn't give away its B-movie origins, then I don't know what would. This was actually made, Alice Cooper was lured into doing this at a rather low point in his career, and he was told by the producers of the film that it would only be shown overseas. It would never be shown in the United States, so he did it. He was, I guess, worried that it would hurt his image. Unfortunately, it did show up on American shores very quickly after it was released. It was a staple of most video stores back in the 80s. I remember seeing it on the shelves very, very quickly after it was released. And all of Alice Cooper's dialogue is overdubbed by somebody else. Now here's an interesting thing. The overdubbing job, the actual syncing of the voice with Alice Cooper's mouth movements, is phenomenal. It looks fantastic. If you didn't know what Alice Cooper sounded like, you might think that that's really what his voice is. Unfortunately, the sound production in this movie is so awful that everything sounds overdubbed, and probably is. So it just sounds kind of unnatural. The problem with the voice isn't that it doesn't match his lips, it's that it's one of the worst vocal performances I've ever heard, either in a movie or in a video game. It's just very lifeless. It's like it's being read, which is weird because it matches Alice Cooper's voice movements perfectly. So either Alice Cooper didn't give a very good performance, or the guy reading it just really had no enthusiasm for the performance he was giving. It's really strange, and it's really off-putting through the whole movie. The special effects are really terrible for the most part, especially the monster dog. It looks like an oversized Triumph, the Insult comic dog puppet. It's just this giant head that pops through doors or around corners. You never see the full body of this thing, probably because they couldn't afford to build a life-size or bigger than life-size monster dog puppet. The rest of the wild dog pack looks like a bunch of animals that were just rounded up from the local animal shelter or something, and they don't look like vicious killer dogs. They look like household pets that are under the direction of a trainer who may be nipping from a bottle every now and then, because there are many shots where the dogs are just sort of sitting around, not too interested in what's going on. There's one scene where a guy is getting eaten and he's in the throes of agony, and this German Shepherd is supposedly ripping him to shreds, and there's a dog on camera just sort of looking around like, where's my next meal? It's pretty hilarious. I was really expecting this to suck terribly, and it didn't. It was actually entertaining. I had a lot of fun watching it, from the badly dubbed Alice Cooper dialogue to the terrible gore to the Triumph, the monster dog puppet, to the story, which actually is kind of interesting. It's got some neat elements to it. It's just told totally ham-fisted, as if somebody, in this case the director who actually co-wrote this, he sort of stumbled upon a good idea, but then he had no idea what to do with it, and he just sort of accidentally wrote a decent idea and couldn't follow through with a good script to do anything with it. So I'm going to give Monster Dog a 4 out of 10. I really think if you like cheesy horror movies, 1980s horror films, B-movies, you're going to get a big kick out of it. But if you're looking for something that's really going to scare you, or is even remotely scary or interesting in that aspect, you're really going to be disappointed. But if you're looking for something that's a lot of fun, especially, and probably becomes more fun based on how much alcohol you've ingested before watching the movie, I think you'll really enjoy it. And there you go. That's my review of Monster Dog from 1984. Thanks again for everybody for sticking around and being patient while I've taken a little bit of time off making videos. I am extremely busy still, and I'm probably going to be remaining extremely busy for quite some time, but I'm going to make it a priority to get videos up a little more often than I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So thanks for sticking with me. I am over the 1,400 subscriber mark. I really appreciate everybody's support, and thanks again for watching. And as always, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again. Take it easy.